History is not just about grand achievements and innovations. It's also a chronicle of brutality, warfare, and humanity's darkest moments. Here are some of the most shocking pictures that you have never seen before. In 1945, the lipstick killer murdered Frances Brown, leaving a message begging to be caught. William Hirons confessed, but later claimed police forced him, raising doubts about whether the real killer was ever found. In 1945, the imprint of a Mitsubishi Kamikaze Zero was left along the side of HMS Sussex after a deadly attack. Ed Gein's gruesome crimes in the 1950s shocked the world. Upon his 1957 arrest, police discovered horrific items in his home, including gloves made from human skin, a lampshade made of a face, and skull bowls, revealing the extent of his unimaginable acts. In 1960, 6-year-old Ruby Bridges faced relentless harassment from segregationists while integrating a New Orleans school, including a horrifying act where they showed her a doll placed in a coffin. In 1922, women and girls painted watch dials with radium, unaware of its deadly effects. Many suffered devastating health problems, including severe jaw decay and cancer, highlighting one of the most tragic industrial safety failures in history. In one of the most macabre cases in history, Dr. Carl Tanzler, obsessed with his patient Maria Elena Milagro de Hoyos, went to horrifying lengths after her death in 1931. Unable to accept her passing, he exhumed her body, mummified it, and transformed it into a grotesque companion using wax, coat hangers, and silk. Tanzler kept the corpse in his home for nearly a decade before his disturbing secret was finally uncovered. Between 1854 and 1856, French neurologist Duchenne de Boulogne conducted studies on facial expressions using electroshocks. His methods were horrifying, as he applied shocks to restrain patients to observe their muscle responses. Captured in 1945, this interesting photo shows soldiers returning home from World War II. It highlights the emotional mix of relief, joy, and the heavy toll the war had taken on the soldiers and their families. In 1945, the gadget was the first atomic bomb ever tested, detonated in the New Mexico desert during the Manhattan Project. Its immense power marked the dawn of the nuclear age, forever changing the landscape of warfare, diplomacy, and global security. This striking photo by Louis Hine shows children working in a factory, capturing the harsh reality of child labor in early 20th century America. Hine's powerful images helped spark the fight for child labor laws and workers' rights. This makeshift jail cell from the Salem witch trials highlights the terrifying reality faced by the accused. Between 1692 and 1693, over 200 people were accused, and 19 were executed, often spending their final moments in such harsh conditions. In this photo, 2 children stand in the San Francisco Museum of Art, completely ignoring the surrounding artwork. Their indifference contrasts sharply with the cultural and historical significance of the pieces, capturing a moment where youthful curiosity doesn't always align with the value placed on art and history. In this chilling mid-1900s photograph from Pittsburgh, a small girl dangerously balances on her mother's hand, a heart-stopping moment that highlights both the fragile trust and unnerving strength in their bond, defying the limits of what seems possible. The Florida skunk ape, a lesser-known relative of Bigfoot, was first sighted in 1942. The most compelling evidence is an eerie photograph sent anonymously to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Department in 2000. The woman who sent it described the creature's unsettling whoops, foul odor, and sudden disappearance. In 1960s Istanbul, bars hired people to cart drunk customers home in baskets, a bizarre, shocking solution to drunkenness. This strange practice became an eerie part of the city's nightlife, highlighting the lengths taken to deal with intoxication in an oddly unsettling way. This 1947 portrait of Arctic explorer Peter Freuchen and his wife, fashion illustrator Dagmar Kohn, captures a moment of unexpected elegance in the icy wilderness. Their contrasting worlds, one of brutal survival, the other of high fashion, creates a striking, almost bizarre contrast that's hard to ignore. Taken around 1975, this photo shows two siblings reveling in the excitement of an electrical storm at Sequoia National Park in California. Just moments after the picture was snapped, they were struck by lightning. Miraculously, both survived the shocking encounter, making the photo even more haunting. The Cleveland torso murderer, also known as the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury Run, was responsible for at least 12 gruesome murders between 1935 and 1938. This chilling photo from August 16, 1938, shows detectives and the coroner examining dismembered remains. The killer was never caught, leaving the nation in shock. In this deeply emotional image, Otto Frank, the father of Anne Frank, revisits the attic where his family hid during the Holocaust. Standing in the space where his daughter wrote her famous diary, he reflects on the unimaginable loss, bringing the haunting history of their hiding place to life. This aerial photograph of Edinburgh from circa 1920 offers a breathtaking yet unsettling view of the city, where narrow streets and dense buildings form a maze of history. The sheer scale of urban life at that time is overwhelming, capturing a chaotic contrast between progress and confinement. This seemingly ordinary family portrait was taken just days before tragedy struck. On Christmas Day, 1929, Charlie Lawson, the patriarch standing second from the right, brutally murdered his entire family. Only 16-year-old Arthur survived, making this chilling image a haunting reminder of that horrific day. In 1930, Roland, a 4,000-pound elephant seal, is pictured receiving a bath from his handler at the Berlin Zoo. The sight of this enormous creature being tenderly groomed offers a striking contrast between the animal's size and the delicate care provided, capturing a unique moment of human-animal interaction. In 1914, Mount Sakurajima, one of the world's most active volcanoes, erupted after being dormant for over a century. The eruption wreaked havoc on Kyushu, Japan, though earthquakes beforehand allowed most residents to evacuate. Despite this, 58 lives were lost, and the eruption transformed the mainland into a permanent peninsula. In 1904, the Coney Island Human Zoo exhibited people as exhibits for public viewing, showcasing individuals from various cultures, often in degrading and dehumanizing ways. This shocking display exploited human beings for entertainment, reflecting the racist and colonial mindset of the time. Che Guevara's last moments, captured on October 9, 1967, in Bolivia, are haunting. After being captured by Bolivian forces, Guevara was photographed bloodied and defeated moments before his execution. The image of the revolutionary icon, reduced to this tragic end, shocks with its brutal finality. In 1954, Soviet doctor Vladimir Demikov created the world's first two-headed dog, a grotesque experiment that pushed the boundaries of science. A German shepherd served as the host, with a smaller dog fused to its neck. Both animals could hear, see, and smell, but tragically, they died within just 4 days, making the experiment a brief and controversial moment in medical history. In 1886, photographer Adam Diston captured a striking image of a young girl trying to cut a sunbeam, an act that symbolizes both innocence and futility. The surreal photography, where the girl's hand reaches out to grasp the light, evokes a deep sense of wonder and melancholy, reminding us of the elusive nature of time, childhood, and dreams. Between 1940 and 1956, George Metesky, known as the Mad Bomber, terrorized New York City by planting over 30 bombs in public locations, injuring at least 15 people. His targets included Radio City Music Hall, the New York Public Library, and Pennsylvania Station. Metesky taunted authorities with letters until his arrest in 1957, after which he was declared legally insane and committed to a mental hospital. The last known photo of Nikola Tesla, taken in 1943, shows the reclusive inventor in his later years, frail and aged, yet still holding an air of quiet genius. Captured shortly before his death, this image serves as a reminder of the brilliant mind behind many groundbreaking innovations whose later life was marked by solitude and financial struggles. In 1899, French photographer Félix Thiollier captured a powerful image of horse training, showcasing the bond between trainer and animal. The photo highlights the strength and grace of the horses, as well as the intense focus and discipline required in their training. Thiollier's work immortalizes the art of equestrianism in the late 19th century. The horrors of Unit 731, the Imperial Japanese Army's biological warfare unit, are chillingly captured in this image. Between 1935 and 1945, the unit subjected Chinese prisoners to unspeakable experiments, including hypothermia, vivisection, and bacterial infections. This photograph shows personnel deliberately infecting a victim with bacteria for cruel experimentation, reflecting the grotesque inhumanity of their actions. In 1916, during World War I, Allied forces unleashed an unprecedented barrage on German lines. The shells, fired in a single day, left the battlefield littered with devastation. This powerful image of the aftermath showcases the sheer scale of destruction, a stark reminder of the brutal intensity and carnage of the Great War. In 1958, an engineer is seen wiring a primitive IBM computer, showcasing the early stages of computing technology. The intricate process, involving countless wires and connections, reflects the complexity and innovation of the time. This moment captures a pivotal point in tech history, where the foundation for modern computing was being built. In September, a tragic incident unfolded at the National Zoological Park in Delhi, India, as a 20-year-old man with a history of mental illness leaped into a tiger enclosure. Seconds before his death, captured in this haunting image, the man was mauled by a white tiger, which relentlessly attacked for 15 minutes. Despite desperate attempts from onlookers, including children throwing stones, the tiger continued, and the man's screams echoed throughout the park. In 1965, photographer Martine Franck captured this chilling image of children climbing a spiral staircase in the newly built Children's Library in Clamart, France. The eerie, almost surreal scene of innocent youth navigating the twisting, cold structure hints at a darker symbolism of intellectual captivity within modernity's sterile, suffocating walls. In 2011, authorities uncovered the horrifying secret of Anatoly Moskvin, a seemingly normal scholar and linguist. Hidden in his home were the mummified bodies of 29 girls aged 3 to 25. Moskvin had transformed them into grotesque dolls, dressing them in clothes, applying makeup, and even inserting music boxes into their chests, revealing a chilling blend of macabre obsession and twisted artistry. JFK's funeral at the Capitol in November 1963 marked a somber moment in American history. As the nation mourned its fallen leader, the scene was filled with solemnity and reverence. The iconic image of his flag-draped coffin, surrounded by family, friends, and political figures, symbolized a tragic end to an era and the beginning of a period of national reflection. The earliest known photo of the Chernobyl disaster was taken by the power plant's photographer at dawn on April 26, 1986. This haunting image captures the eerie calm before the catastrophic explosion, with the plant still intact but on the verge of releasing deadly radiation that would forever change the lives of thousands. During World War I, Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris was sandbagged to protect it from potential shelling or bombing. This striking image shows the iconic structure surrounded by sandbags, a stark reminder of the war's impact on cultural landmarks and the lengths taken to preserve them in the face of destruction. A firefighter surveys the devastation of Belgrade's tallest building, severely damaged during NATO's bombing campaign in April 1999. The destruction stands as a chilling reminder of the intense airstrikes that ravaged the city amidst the Kosovo War, leaving scars on both the landscape and its people. The 1970s version of Ronald McDonald, shown here with an unhappy baby, is far more chilling than the modern clown. With unsettling reptilian eyes, this version played into the widespread fear of clowns. It's often regarded as one of the most disturbing iterations of the character, making many viewers feel deeply uncomfortable instead of entertained. A young boy stands before the toppled statue of Lenin in Ethiopia, 1991. This powerful image captures the end of an era as the fall of Soviet influence reverberates globally, symbolizing both political change and the shifting tides of history in a country grappling with its own transformation. The last known photo of the Dyatlov Pass victims was taken by one of the hikers just before their mysterious deaths in February 1959. The group of 9 experienced hikers set off on an expedition in the Ural Mountains of Russia, but after a few days they were found dead under strange and chilling circumstances. Some were found with severe internal injuries, others with missing eyes and a tongue, and their tent was cut open from the inside, suggesting a desperate escape. The exact cause of their deaths remains unknown, with theories ranging from an avalanche to secret military testing or even paranormal phenomena. The last photo they took remains one of the most haunting images related to this unsolved mystery. In 1874, the shocking discovery of Blanche Monnier, known as La Séquestrée de Poitiers, or the Confined Woman of Poitiers, horrified France. A once beautiful socialite, she had been kept locked in a dark, filthy room by her overbearing mother for 25 years. When found, she was gaunt, covered in filth, and unrecognizable. In the 1960s, Edward Paisnell, known as the Beast of Jersey, wore a chilling mask while committing horrific crimes on the Channel Island of Jersey. Paisnell's twisted acts included raping and assaulting at least 13 victims, all while maintaining his public image as a loving family man. He even played Santa Claus for local foster children, hiding his monstrous personality behind a mask. His double life shocked the community and added to the terror he instilled. The mask remains a haunting symbol of his terrifying crimes. Before committing his brutal crime, Harvey Glattman, known as the Glamour Girl Slayer, took a final photo of 19-year-old Judy Dull. Glattman posed as a photographer, targeting aspiring actresses in Hollywood, luring them into his trap under the guise of a photo shoot. After taking their picture, he would then strangle them, adding their likeness to his sickening collection. This photo is a chilling reminder of his twisted crimes. In this harrowing 1945 photograph by Sergeant Hewitt, a newly liberated woman from the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp is treated with DDT powder to eradicate lice, which spread deadly typhus. The image captures a moment of grim survival and the devastating aftermath of the Holocaust, reflecting both the relief of liberation and the horrific conditions endured by the camp's prisoners. This chilling image from 1982 shows 2 children bound to a radiator at a Lebanese mental asylum, highlighting the horrific treatment of vulnerable individuals in psychiatric institutions of the past. Such abuses, though sadly common at the time, underscore the dark history of mistreatment in many asylums worldwide, especially toward children. This eerie 1800s Siberian bear hunting suit, crafted from quilted leather and adorned with hundreds of iron nails, is the only known example to have survived a bear attack. Designed for brutal encounters, it provides a chilling insight into the extreme dangers faced by hunters in the unforgiving Siberian wilderness. The Torogen death ritual involves keeping the deceased at home, often for years, as relatives care for the body. This chilling practice includes dressing the corpse in everyday clothing, sometimes with sunglasses or hats, and even exhuming it for maintenance. This disturbing photo shows a body being cleaned and touched up after being removed from its grave. The elephant's foot is a massive twisted mass of graphite and concrete located beneath Reactor No. 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Formed by the intense heat from the reactor's explosion in 1986, it consists of a terrifying combination of melted nuclear fuel and concrete, creating a highly radioactive structure. Its name comes from its appearance, resembling the rough texture of an elephant's foot. It remains one of the most haunting symbols of the Chernobyl disaster and the catastrophic failure that led to one of the worst nuclear accidents in history. This shocking 1894 portrait showcases a hairstyle that pushes the boundaries of fashion and defies conventional beauty norms. The woman's hair is elaborately styled into towering, intricate curls and twists, creating a dramatic effect. With its striking design, the hairstyle captures the eccentricity of the late Victorian era, reflecting a time when bold and extravagant fashion choices made powerful statements. This haunting 1929 photograph captures passengers boarding the British airship R-101, unaware that it would be their last journey. Just days later, the airship tragically crashed in France, killing 48 people. The disaster marked a devastating end to the era of airships and remains one of aviation's most tragic moments. In this iconic 1954 photo, actor Haruo Nakajima, dressed as Godzilla, stands alongside actress Momoko Kochi on the set of the legendary film. Nakajima, in the heavy suit, portrayed the monstrous creature that would become a symbol of Japan's post-war anxiety. The film's success launched one of the most influential franchises in cinema history. On February 22, 1970, 14-year-old Keith Sapsford's ill-fated adventure led to his death when he climbed into an airplane's wheel well, hoping for a thrilling escape. As the plane ascended, the compartment reopened to retract the wheels, causing Sapsford to fall 200 feet to his death. His tragic fall was captured by photographer John Gilpin, who was taking photos of airplanes that day. Bran Castle in Transylvania, often dubbed Dracula's Castle, is steeped in history and legend. While the famous vampire is fictional, the castle has real ties to Vlad the Impaler, also known as Vlad Dracula. The ruthless ruler's bloody reign is believed to have inspired the character of Count Dracula in Bram Stoker's novel.